Morning, Nigel. Let's start by speaking about your latest recruit, Alfie Kilgour from Bristol Rovers. Tell us a bit more about him.
Yeah, it's a 24-year-old centre-half that we've been aware of for some time. Been at Bristol Rovers for 16 years, since he was 8 years old, so ready for a fresh challenge. Played a big role in them coming back, up through the leagues. So very pleased he's decided to join us.
Could you tell us more about him as a defender? He's a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's wholehearted. He's one of those sort of a little bit more old-fashioned. I don't want to say head it and kick it, but they're the two main qualities you need from your centre half, and especially in League Two. So he fits the model of what who we're looking to bring in.
Seems a good character to add to the squad as well, first impressions tell us.
Well, as we do our research, as we do on every player, we speak to as many people as we can who know him, work with him and so on. And the main one was Ollie Clough, who's known him for quite some time from his time at Bristol Rovers, and said straight away what a good lad and wholehearted sort of player he is. I think he'd be similar to Ollie Clough, the way that he plays, giving everything.
Is there a particular preference where you want to play him, if you're playing a back three or a back four?
No, he's just in the middle of it. He either plays in a back three or in the middle of a centre half in a back four, so it gives us that flexibility as well. But he is a proper defender, We're conscious we've moved people around and played people sort of slightly out of position, but he is an out-and-out centre half.
Is he ready to go straight into the lineup tomorrow?
Yeah, he's not played for a few weeks, so we'll see. It'll depend on injuries, how he feels, how he looks in training and everything, and then we'll take it from there.
Another signing today, Callum from Ross County.
Yeah, another player that we've been aware of for a good number of years. He was at Portsmouth and Fleetwood and so on. Went up to Ross County, and I think it's a little bit of homesickness or whatever. It's a long way to up at Ross County. He's just telling me it's a sort of 8-hour journey to get down here. Very, very pleased. Very pleased that we've been able to do them in the middle of the window as well. Not wait till the last week. Simon and David have been working hard on them in the first couple of weeks of the window, and pleased that we've got them in now.
Where have you brought Callum in to play him? Because what strikes me about him from researching him is his versatility.
Yeah, he has that element to his game, certainly. But I think you look at the most, the best parts of his play in his career being at right back. So right back, right wing back, right centre half. He's another one that gives us that flexibility.
And again, is he ready to play?
Yeah, he's been playing regularly for Ross County this season. So the only snag, he's all done register-wise our end. The only thing you have to wait for is international clearance, which takes a little bit longer than when you're just signing somebody from within England.
So therefore, from what you've just said, we're waiting on international approval on that one. So he might not be registered in time for tomorrow, despite the maximum efforts of the secretary.
Yeah, Diana will have got everything in. She's spot on with everything. It'll all gone off to the FA and everything, but then you do have to wait for the international clearance, and that can take a bit of time. But I think Ross County have done everything there end as well, so we're hopefully will be available.
What can we expect from Callum on the field?
Similar to Alfie, he's another wholehearted player. He'll get him down the right-hand side for us and defend as well. So we're pleased to have him on board. And at 26 years old, I think he's probably approaching the prime of his career.
You must be buoyed to get these two players in before the weekend, because when we spoke to you on Tuesday, it sounded unlikely.
Yeah, it's just something they've come together quickly, and obviously it's fitted in with Ollie Hawkins departing as well, who we were sad to see go. Been brilliant for us for 18 months, but that's football. You get a very good offer come in. The offer to him personally was something he couldn't turn down. A sort of 2.5-year deal. He's 31 in April, in 2 or 3 months' time, and it was too good an offer for him to turn down, and the personal reasons of going back down south and everything with his family. So he goes with our very best wishes and thanks for the last 18 months.
Was that the tipping point for Ollie, the deal that Gillingham offered him? Because it seems from the outside that they've really unlocked a war chest this January.
Definitely. I think it's funny, them and Colchester, I think, are the two that have really changed the landscape a lot of the January transfer window in League Two. They're offering very, very good money for League Two. and it is very difficult when they put that in front of a player. We're good players here, and the owners back the club incredibly well. But this has gone on a different level, and he didn't. I think Ollie was happy here and everything, and until this came out of the blue, I think he was quite happy sort of staying, and we were going to sit down and talk about a new deal, but the levels that Gillingham are paying, we wouldn't be in that bracket.
Is Kilgour effectively the replacement for Ollie Hawkins?
Yeah, we were bringing him in anyway, Alfie Kilgour, to add, because we knew we needed a defender, but just with Ollie going, then we brought 2 defenders in.
How long have you been looking at these two new players?
We've been aware of them because you play against them, come up against them, whatever. There's very few centre halves on the market at the moment, very few out there, and especially at 24 years old with sort of experience in League One and League Two. So that narrowed the search down somewhat. We've got a young centre half on loan from Forest, Riley Harbottle, so we didn't need that. We've got enough experience there with James Perch back there, and John Joe O'Toole and everything, so sort of he fitted sort of just in the middle of the gap that we had.
Interesting quote from yesterday that you said previously, up until now, you've not been able to play certain players in their natural positions. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's difficult with players like Callum Johnson may be the same, but what is their best position? What's Elliot Hughes' best position? Is it right back or centre half? Ollie Hawkins flicks between the two. So it really would be nice to sort of say, right, that's our back 4 or back 5 or whatever, and work on that. But because of injuries as much as anything, then we've had to move people around. Hopefully in the second half of the season it'll be better. But the impact that the injuries have had on us this season, no doubt they've had an effect. When you lose Rhys Oates and you lose Hiram Boateng, we lose Ollie Clark, and then we lose the 5 at Hartlepool and everything. They have affected the season.
Interesting as well, what was mentioned yesterday about perhaps looking to bring the average age of the squad down.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of experience, good experienced players, and that's one of the reasons we got to Wembley last year, because when we sort of November, we were having such a bad time, October, November, and it's that experience that then picked us up, got the season going again, and we went on that incredible run. But we have got enough sort of experience within the squad, so I think the aim is that the players that we'll be bringing in now, probably 1 or 2 more in this window, will be a bit younger.
Squad in good mood ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. What we want to do is play take the performance that last 2 performances against Walsall and Barrow, we've lost both games. We talked about 100% conversion rate against us. General performance has been excellent, creating chances. We want to take that into the game.
Thank you.
Thanks.